finally, I promised, I said that I'll have my sister speak last. The reason I feel so close to her is what she did last year and the spark that she created in FeTNA. And as I said, many of us stopped ourselves and said, if she can do that much, what can we do more? That's kind of spark she put in everybody. And believe it or not, based on what she did, there are, after her talk in FeTNA, there are Tamil ladies in villages who are naming their babies as Ellen. Can you believe that? She's there in every boycott meeting in New York, in Washington, in every place. Even if she's the only person, she'll be holding a plaque. She'll be talking to people. Don't go into the store. Don't buy those Sri Lankan products. And I don't see very many Tamils standing right next to her, but she doesn't give up. She doesn't give up. She's a one-man army, I tell you. If you are more Ellen like her, if you are more bodies like us, again, if you are more Ellen Parker, Elam is not too far away. So just as a formal interaction, she is a psychiatrist. This is not a full-time job, trust me. You call her at 3 a.m. in the morning, she will call back right away, what's happening? And I don't know when she sleeps. She's a psychiatrist at Silver Hospital and the medical director of the Eating Disorder and Trauma Dissociation Treatment Program in Connecticut. She is the vice president of USTPAC, that's the United States Tamil Political Action Council. Dr. Shander is a passionate supporter of the Tamil cause. Finally, she's an inspiration. I'm not going to go too long because I have given her only 5 minutes to speak, as I said, maybe 7. She's got a few important things to say. So she is committed to helping. She's not just committed to the Tamil people. She was there in tsunami, as many of you know, and she was there recently in Haiti. Through three times. So I don't know where she finds the time. Will you please give us some kind of applause?
And honored to be invited today to FeTNA because so many other people are also working so hard day and night to change the present situation of the Tamil people, and I honor and share this privilege with each of you working so hard, so thank you. No, I have no words to describe my feelings about the terrible tragedy of the Tamil genocide 1 year ago, and the nightmare that continues in Sri Lanka. I wish with all my heart that I could be receiving this time with you in this award today in a free Tamil Elam. The Tamil cause is very personal to me. As Dr. Muntu mentioned, after tsunami, I walked and talked and worked in Tamil Elam. We had Tamil Elam. It was independent and it was a reality. After the last stage of the war, so many of my friends have been killed that I've committed my life to making sure that they never have died in vain. The Jews were persecuted by Hitler, and the Tamils have been persecuted by the Sinhala oppression. The genocides of both of them are so similar, yet there has been no international voice for the oppressed and tortured. There was none for the Jews in World War II, and there has been no international outcry for the Tamil people. If there was one lesson from the Holocaust, it is that we must never remain silent in the face of evil. FeTNA has not been silent. It has been in the forefront of supporting the Tamil cause. Thank you. just 1 year ago that FeTNA hosted the inauguration of USTPAC in Atlanta on July 4th. USTPAC is an organization that was born to break the silence and make changes. USTPAC is an important political voice of the Tamil diaspora here in America. And when they asked me to be vice president, and specifically head the boycott against the Sri Lankan government and the goods, I felt it was a privilege to serve. And I hope that after I speak to you today, you will feel that same call and privilege and will go to our table, the USTPAC table, and pledge your membership and time. I hope so. I'm saying Nandri in advance because I know each of you are going to rush out to that table as soon as I'm done and get there first. Martin Luther King said that an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. And what he meant was that people in one place in the world who are being persecuted affects and it makes an attack on all people everywhere. These are dangerous times. There's violence and destruction in many parts of the world, and in Sri Lanka, the Tamil people are being eliminated. The Tamil culture, language, and people are close to being exterminated. Look how wonderful it is to be at FeTNA, where we see the Tamil culture and the language and the music being celebrated. And look how horrible it is that the Tamils of Sri Lanka are being exterminated. And so the connection between the culture today and the Tamils in Sri Lanka will forever be lost. How can we sit and look without acting? The colonization in the north and the east is growing at an alarming rate. China is pushing to make new developments for the high security zones, and resettlement of the IDPs is being forced right around army camps. Foreign buyers are grabbing up land for sale that never should be on sale. It's not their land to be sold. How can we sit and watch without acting? When the Tamils sink beneath the ocean and there's not even a blip of evidence that they ever existed in Sri Lanka, will the world's outrage explode then? How can we sit and watch without acting? This genocide walks with the indifference and silence of a world only too eager to cooperate with evil and rush to the free markets in Sri Lanka and spend their money. Genocide is evil. Genocide has been committed by the government in Sri Lanka, and the international community has colluded in their silence. How can we stand and be silent as the agony of the Tamil people is in front of our eyes? We can look at other conflicts in other parts of the world and learn. You know, it took years, it's 90 years since the Armenian genocide, where 1 million people were exterminated. But yet, the Armenians keep it in front of the international view, and recently they fought to have a resolution go through Congress to define it as a genocide. 90 years later. Hopefully it won't take us that long. And it took many years for Israel to be strong, and yet they will never give up their land. We must learn lessons from these conflicts. We must prevent the world from changing the channel and turning away from the atrocities. USTPAC does just that. It's actively working on exposing war crimes, and it actively goes to Congress, and it actively works on being the voice of the diaspora in boycott. How? By putting pressure on the government of Sri Lanka. We have monthly boycott rallies in 16 U.S. cities every month. And we worked in cooperation with Tamil Nadu for the boycott of the IFIA, the movie awards. So I want to say thank you to everybody in Tamil Nadu. The time is of the essence. Economic expansion in the north and east by Sri Lanka must not happen before a political solution that is fair to the Tamils is accomplished. We gather today and the tourist trade is increasing and the apparel industry is increasing. We need you. Tamil Nadu has a huge economic leverage. Please tell your friends in Tamil Nadu to boycott tourism in Colombo and stop buying goods from Sri Lanka. And to all of you, raise your voices. Join us at USTPAC. We can bring the government of Sri Lanka down to their knees. As Professor Boy said, we can do it. You know, the apparel industry, they're nervous about us. Our videos that came out prompted a meeting between the government of Sri Lanka and Ambassador FeTNA. She was called to the government and they said, stop these Americans from making videos. And she said, too bad, they live in America and they can do what they want. We need only one company. We're working on Victoria's Secret. Just one company to pull out of Sri Lanka and there will be a stampede. And we're getting close. Come join us. Actually, when you come to the table, this is the advertisement. We have wonderful boycott shirts. If each person would come and buy one and wear it, we can get the voice out to everybody about the boycott. And also, we have bumper stickers. There must be 2,000 people here. Could you imagine 2,000 cars leaving with bumper stickers? When I go to the supermarket, people ask me, what's that boycott stuff? What's Sri Lanka about? Where is Sri Lanka? And I stop and I tell them about the Tamil people. And I tell them they're like the Jews and the government of Sri Lanka like the Nazis. I go, Nazis, Jews. Sri Lankan government, Tamils. And they get it. Change the awareness. You can do it. This is the way to Tamil Elam. I know it. I said to somebody earlier today, like I know I have 5 fingers on my hand, I know we'll get Tamil Elam. I know it. Make the boycott your cause, make it our cause, and let's succeed. What's my message today? It's don't let the Tamils of Sri Lanka die in vain. Join me in making this our personal challenge. And let's act in unison around the world as a diaspora, liberating the Tamil nation. You know, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. You and I can make a difference. I know it. Be a messenger. Join with fellow Tamils and their friends. I believe in USTPAC. It's a voice of the Tamil people, and it's a voice of integrity. We at USTPAC, and I know all of you, will never stop fighting for the Tamil people. The voice of the diaspora must never be silenced. You know, I heard a rumor that next year FeTNA was going to be in Charleston, North Carolina. But then I just had this discussion with Dr. Mutu, and he said that if we have Tamil Elam next year, we can have this meeting of FeTNA in Philadelphia. You know, it's a privilege, and I always say this, it's a privilege and an honor to fight for the Tamil people. Won't you join me? Just one final word. Let's meet next year in Tamil Elam. And also, you know, when you come to our home, this is one I want to invite you to come and buy one. They're memorial candles. And in May, we did a memorial rally in Washington, D.C. for all the people who died and the freedom fighters. And we had hundreds of people there, 4,000 candles. And these are some of the candles that you can light anytime. It doesn't have to be any particular time. They last 24 hours, and it's a blessing, and it's a message to those who have died that we remember them. So we do remember them, and thank you.
it says, FeTNA is pleased to present this award to Dr. Elynshander in recognition of her humanitarian services and her passionate support of the Tamil cause. Signed, President of the Award.